Have you ever looked up at the sky and wondered if angels are watching over you? Picture this, a world filled with unseen forces, where divine messengers are actively shaping your life's journey. In just a few moments, we're about to uncover a mind-blowing truth about angels that might completely redefine your understanding of these celestial beings. What if I told you that angels are not just myth, but powerful protectors and guides present in your everyday life? Get ready, because this revelation will illuminate your faith in ways you never imagined. And don't forget to subscribe. Share your thoughts in the comments about where you're from or how Jesus has touched your life. Because remember, Jesus will bless you, and He is always with you. Angels have long occupied the human imagination, often portrayed in art and literature as ethereal beings with wings, hovering gracefully in the celestial realm. Yet, what do we truly know about these extraordinary creations of God? There is a common misconception that angels are merely the spirits of departed humans, watching over us from the great beyond. However, Scripture reveals a much different, profoundly engaging narrative that not only clarifies their nature, but also highlights their distinct place in God's grand design. Biblical texts consistently affirm that angels are unique beings, created by God, and existing long before humanity's inception. They were witness to the very foundations of the earth, a testament to their ancient origins. Job 38 verses 4-7 paints a vivid picture, asking, "Where were you while I laid the foundation of the earth, when the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy?" Here, the sons of God is a term often used to refer to angels, emphasizing their presence during creation, echoing their sheer timelessness and divine purpose. As testament to their uniqueness, Hebrews 1 verse 14 clarifies angels' roles as ministering spirits sent out to serve for the sake of those who are to inherit salvation. This establishes angels as messengers and servants of God, created to carry out His will, shepherded by divine command. Far from being mere guardians of human souls, angels serve more profound purposes, weaving through realms we cannot see, influencing and executing divine plans with precision. They operate in a dimension of spiritual realities that, for mortal beings, remain just out of reach. The Psalms provide another perspective, particularly Psalm 8 verses 4-5, which speaks of humanity as a little lower than the angels. While human beings share a unique relationship with God, privileged to bear His image and walk on the earth, angels reside in a neighboring realm where the physical boundaries known to us do not confine them. They possess attributes and abilities that humans find difficult to comprehend, empowering them within their divine roles. Yet, despite these celestial abilities, angels are not endowed with the omnipotence belonging solely to God. In Genesis 19, we witness angels acting as divine agents, leading Lot and his family away from Sodom before its destruction. Their intervention is swift and decisive, assured by God's ultimate authority. Angels, in their significant roles, are representatives of God's power. They express His will, but do not surpass it, always acting within the limits and guidance of the Creator's divine plan and character. Further illuminating their distinctiveness, Matthew 24 verse 36 details how not even the angels know the hour of Christ's return. This holds a profound truth about their nature. Though they dwell in the heavenly realms and observe God's face, their knowledge is not without bounds. Angels live to serve God's purposes with fervor and commitment. Yet the mystery of the divine plan transcends their comprehension. The existence of angels declares God's handiwork, the depth of which we strive to understand. Angels remain celestial beings, designed with intricacies that speak of a skillful Creator, one who cherishes both their fellowship and their functionality. Their stories woven through Scripture reveal insights and legends aligned with a divine play, echoing whose director's wisdom surpasses understanding. By examining these ancient texts, angels become not enigmatic, eternal beings, but divine witnesses intricately involved in a cosmic reality that stretches beyond our mortal grasp. While art and culture depict them as benign guardians watching from afar, the Bible offers a portrayal rich with purpose and intention. They are not passive bystanders, but active participants in divine orchestration, bringing forth God's messages, executing His justice, and serving His people. As we delve deeper into the nature and purpose of these celestial beings, we discover dimensions of spiritual truth that beckon us towards awe and reflection. The universe is vast, God's creation is full of wonders, and angels are among the most mystifying. With their wings unfurled, they ascend and descend, connecting the earth to heaven, opening paths through which God's presence flows. Each story, each scriptural glimpse, challenges us to elevate our faith and marvel at the divine dance of angels, the silent watchers, the vibrant messengers, the faithful servants of God. These beings shape narratives far deeper than human tales and call us to consider their unseen roles, inviting contemplation and wonder into the nature of divine life and cosmic order that extends beyond the veil of mortality. In celestial hierarchy, Michael the Archangel stands as a formidable presence. As we transition from understanding the divine essence and nature of angels from our previous chapter, we now delve into the unique qualities that make Archangel Michael a revered figure in both Scripture and faith tradition. If you've ever felt the weight of darkness pressing in around you, know that Michael's story offers a beacon of hope and protection. The biblical narrative positions Michael as a warrior, a title not casually given in spiritual realms. In the book of Daniel, we see Michael's name ascribed with great power and significant authority. Daniel 12 verse 1 presents Michael as the great prince who stands watch over the sons of your people. This paints a portrait of vigilance and valor, introducing us to Michael's unwavering duty to guard and protect God's faithful. He's not just battling physical enemies, but thrust into the spiritual warfare against forces unseen, yet profoundly felt in our mortal lives. Revelation 12 verses 7 to 9 gives us a vivid depiction of Michael's mighty role in celestial warfare. It describes a momentous battle, not just a skirmish, but a fundamental confrontation between good and evil. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. This dramatic scene symbolizes the eternal struggle between the divine light and the creeping shadows. Here, Michael's victory over the dragon, representing Satan, serves as a potent reminder of his power and devotion to the divine order. What Michael represents is more than just martial prowess. He is the embodiment of divine justice and protection. In our moments of weakness and vulnerability, there lies the assurance that Michael stands ready, shield raised and sword drawn, to fend off any force aiming to corrupt or harm those in God's care. His presence is not merely symbolic. It is a testament to the protective power of faith and divine providence. Many believe that calling on Michael in prayer can bring peace and encouragement during trying times, reflecting a deep-seated belief in his protective intervention. The role of any warrior is not solely reactive, but also preventative. 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 16 speaks of the archangel's voice being heard at the return of Christ, the call signaling the resurrection. Here, Michael's involvement is not one of conflict, but a heralding of salvation's completion, reassuring believers of their safety within God's grand design. This dual role of protector and proclaimer underscores Michael's critical function in eschatological narratives, blending both protection from evil and the promise of salvation. Moreover, Michael's continued invocation in prayers and religious rituals across various denominations emphasizes his lasting influence as a spiritual guardian. Prayers such as the traditional Saint Michael the Archangel defend us in battle, echo through centuries, calling for his intercession, a powerful reminder to believers of the unseen struggles we face daily. His role extends beyond biblical pages into everyday spiritual practices, demonstrating an ongoing guardianship that believers have trusted through ages. Yet, in understanding this celestial warrior, we must remember that Michael's strength derives not just from his own being, but from his unwavering alignment with God's will. His battles and victories are enacted through divine ordination, showcasing the profound truth that true strength comes not from oneself, but from the divine source with which one aligns. This alignment inspires believers to examine their lives, prompting reflections on how they, too, can embody Michael's traits in their spiritual journeys. While angels like Michael wield immense power, the scriptures remind us of our role in this cosmic story. The presence of angels like Michael urges us to remain steadfast in faith, embrace divine protection, and rely upon the spiritual strengths available to us. In aligning ourselves with divine purposes, as Michael does, we become beacons of hope and vessels of God's protection in our earthly interactions, serving as conduits of peace, justice, and love in a world often overshadowed by chaos. As we anticipate exploring the essence of divine messages through Gabriel in the subsequent chapter, Michael's example instills in us the courage to face life's battles. Understanding Michael's profound role as both warrior and protector, you can find peace and strength in knowing that there exists a celestial defender whose vigilance over humanity echoes the immeasurable love and commitment of the divine to its creations. It's an invitation to see ourselves not as solitary beings, but as part of a broader, divinely orchestrated narrative. In the vast expanse of divine intervention, Gabriel emerges as a figure distinct from Michael. While Michael wields his sword against the forces of darkness, Gabriel's weapon is his voice, carrying messages of divine significance with profound implications for humanity. Gabriel's presence in the biblical narrative epitomizes the communication of God's promises and plans, where his visits consistently herald transformational moments, demanding faith and trust from those who receive his message. Gabriel's most well-known appearances mark turning points in the New Testament, recorded in the book of Luke. When Gabriel visits Zechariah, the father of John the Baptist, we are presented with a scene thick with anticipation and incredulity. Zechariah, a priest, is serving in the temple when Gabriel appears before him. The angel brings news that his barren wife will bear a son destined to prepare the way for the Lord. What a mix of disbelief and awe. Here, Gabriel's message confronts human doubt with divine possibility, showcasing the celestial pattern of turning impossibility into reality. Imagine yourself in Zechariah's shoes, caught between logic and wonder. Gabriel's announcement challenges Zechariah and us as witnesses to put faith in divine promises, no matter how improbable they appear. It is a lesson nestled deeply within Gabriel's role. Despite our doubts, we are invited to trust the assurances God gives us, even when they defy human logic. Gabriel calls us beyond skepticism to faith, a message as pertinent today as it was then. The Annunciation to Mary further exemplifies Gabriel's unparalleled role as a divine messenger. Here we find young Mary, receiving the earth-shattering news that she has been chosen to bear the Son of God. Gabriel's greeting, "Greetings, you who are highly favored. The Lord is with you," Luke 1 verse 28, is both a blessing and a weighty revelation. In this moment, the ordinary veil of life is pierced by divine intent. Gabriel becomes the bridge between the celestial and the terrestrial, the harbinger of grace and change. Mary's acceptance, her humble yet courageous response to Gabriel's message, often arrests us in its simplicity. Her trust in the impossible speaks to the heart of Gabriel's visits, a call to welcome God's will even without seeing the full picture. It's a covenant of trust that we're all invited to partake in, a faith that allows divine plans to unravel in the fullness of time. For Mary, this meant nurturing and witnessing the dawn of redemption in the form of Jesus. Consequently, Gabriel's interaction with Joseph, as recounted in the narratives surrounding Jesus' birth, reiterates the steadfastness of divine promises. When Joseph grapples with doubts and turmoil over Mary's unexplained pregnancy, Gabriel comes again to deliver reassurance. He appears, affirming the divine truths Mary already accepted, and encourages Joseph to embrace his part in God's grand design. Gabriel's words offer solace to Joseph's troubled heart, guiding him with clarity and purpose. It's a testament to how divine revelation often awaits us in moments when confusion threatens our inner peace and commitment. Gabriel's articulations invite you to ponder what silent whispers might God be intertwining with the events of your life today. Are there areas you're being prompted to trust despite uncertainty? Gabriel's scriptural visits lay bare the essence of listening and responding to divine instruction, even amid hesitations. His messages are not merely narrations of old, but beckoners urging you to anchor your faith amidst life's unknowns. In essence, Gabriel encompasses more than a mere courier. He brings the heart of heaven to earth. With each appearance, Gabriel weaves a tapestry of divine foresight, carefully unrolling it for human understanding. His narrative navigates through history, laden with heavenly purpose, yet remains significantly anchored in personal encounters with God. Gabriel, the perennial figure sketched in holy etchings, serves as a profound reminder of the perpetual call to trust in divine narratives authored for and through each of us. Transitioning from the familiar and comforting presence of Gabriel, the divine messenger, let's venture into a realm where the light of divine guidance intertwines with the shadows of divine judgment. Here, we encounter Abaddon, also known in Greek as Apollyon, a name synonymous with destruction, power, and the depths of mystery. Whereas Gabriel communicates God's messages, Abaddon personifies a more complex facet of the divine narrative, one that challenges our understanding of justice, punishment, and redemption. Abaddon's appearance in Revelation 9, verse 11 is brief, yet it resonates with an intensity that has captured imaginations and evoked contemplation for generations. Described as the angel of the abyss and a king reigning over destructive forces, his role signifies the unleashing of divine judgments, a reminder of spiritual realities that lie beyond human perception. The abyss he governs is not just a physical realm, but symbolizes the chaotic and often feared aspects of cosmic order. It's a potent image that compels us to reflect on the dualities present in celestial beings and their roles. The mention of Abaddon introduces a paradox. On one hand, he is linked with finality and judgment, yet on the other, his existence is intertwined with the ultimate narrative of redemption. This paradox encourages us to explore the intricacies of divine justice. Abaddon's activities are not about bringing evil for evil's sake, but are ultimately aimed at achieving a greater divine purpose, serving as instruments of purification. In this light, Abaddon can be viewed not as an angel of blind destruction, but as a harbinger of transformative change, allowing the world to be reborn anew. Consider how the scriptural text situates Abaddon within the larger tapestry of Revelation's celestial conflict. This pivotal book outlines a cosmic battle where allegiances are tested and the true nature of divine kingdom prevails. Within this dynamic, Abaddon represents the forces necessary for the unfolding of the divine will, forces that usher in a new era through destruction and subsequently renewal. By contemplating his role, we are invited to discern the profound truth that destruction in the divine realm can pave the way for creation, much like how a forest fire clears the land for new growth. Abaddon's complexity echoes that of the spiritual realm itself, much like the angels who deliver celestial messages or engage in divine combat. His essence is multifaceted, encompassing both awe-inspiring power and overwhelming dread. He illustrates that our comprehension of divinity is incomplete without acknowledging the interplay of light and darkness. In doing so, Abaddon serves as a potent symbol of God's all-encompassing sovereignty, a sovereignty that includes the harsh reality of judgment as well as the promise of ultimate mercy. Exploring narratives involving Abaddon requires us to grapple with questions of morality and divine intent. What does it mean for an angel to have dominion over destruction? How does this role align with or challenge our perceptions of divine love and justice? These questions compel us to re-examine our spiritual understandings and guide us toward a nuanced view of the divine orchestration at work. Abaddon's example suggests that what may appear as an end in our earthly understanding could actually be a precursor to a new, divinely orchestrated beginning. In the realm of spiritual beings, Abaddon invites us to celebrate the multifaceted nature of angels. They cannot be confined easily into categories of good and evil. Instead, they occupy roles that reflect the depth and breadth of divine intentions. By embracing this complexity, we can cultivate a fuller appreciation of not only Abaddon, but also of the entire celestial hierarchy and its manifestation of God's will on earth. As you ponder this enigmatic angel, allow yourself the freedom to explore deeper spiritual truths and discover the profound lessons that angels like Abaddon can impart for our journey of faith.